Well, good bright sunny day to everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Today we are, well, I am going to be working on something special. We are all hurting from all this gas prices crap. I have you know it is $4.69 right now. Well, let's see, that's mid-grade. I don't know what regular is, so mid-grade's $4.69, so I think the regular was $4.29 here. You know, that's hurting everyone. So what do we do about something like that? Well, in this video I am going to be installing on the Corolla a product that I've had for a couple of years that everyone has been bugging me for an update video of this product, and I'm finally going to do it because now is the time to put this on another vehicle. Well, there it is, the Optec Fuel Maximizer is what they call it. I had this back in, I want to say it was 2018. This was sent to me as a demo, as a tester, to test it out on the BMW I had. I had a 2004 BMW X5, and everyone is wanting test results. Everyone wants to know how well did this thing do. Now this thing here is basically promised to cut my fuel consumption in half with that car. Alright, so I think I'm going to put it off of this line here. Now this line goes, I know it's kind of hard to see, but it goes right up into there like that. But I pulled this off while it was running. This one has very, very good vacuum. And this is basically a one-way check valve, so it's not going to go the wrong direction. I do believe that's probably, I mean, that goes to the fuel tank, I do believe. So I got good vacuum from there, and of course I can't find all my fittings, and you know, I don't have the right fittings in here. Ain't that something? You got one of these and you don't have the right fittings. So I just went next door, which, you know, sure is, I'm gonna miss having a parts store right outside my garage door. It's been so nice when you can just literally walk right out your garage door, you get parts, come back, or go over there and get a can of gas and a chili dog, come back. I'm gonna miss that, but otherwise, anyways, so unfortunately, they didn't have a plastic one that would work either, so I went ahead with the brass. You know what, we're gonna make a brass one, and I am upping the vacuum line a little bit, because this is like an 1/8 inch is what is on there, upping it to a 3/16 line. That way it'll get better vacuum, well, at least a little more volume, I'm assuming. And I'm gonna go ahead and do the whole Teflon tape on these fittings. I don't think you actually have to on these fittings, but I'm going to anyways. And got the necessary clamps. Now I think what I'm gonna do, really, I think I'm probably gonna try to mount it right here. I'm gonna have to figure out this bracket somehow, if I can get this bracket to work, which it probably will. This is the bracket that it comes with. Okay, to save all the boring install parts, I would just go roughly through and let you know everything I did. Well, first things first, you want to find a good mounting spot. I mounted it right here on the firewall. It's nice and sturdy. It does come with the 2 screws. Let's see here. It does come with these 2 screws here to mount to the top. And one of the things on the only other YouTube video I found, they do not mention the ground. The other odd screw here is a ground. You know, you do have to ground the unit. Alright. As far as vacuum, the sun is really working against me today. Alright, you can see, hold on. There we go. So I run the vacuum from this check valve. I put the T together, and I did already run the car and test the vacuum. It is getting very good vacuum pressure here. So, and which means it's getting good pressure to the unit, so this ought to work. It ought to work this time. And I just run my power. I got to tuck my wire around. You want to find a spot in the fuse panel that gets power when the ignition is turned on. Alright, so whatever EFI 12 is, that's what I used. Alright, so once you get a good power source, you obviously want to turn the key on, test the unit, which I did that as well. And of course I started the car and let it run for a little bit and warm up and test the vacuum to make sure you're getting adequate vacuum pressure. So it is working. Well, the unit, it's powering up, it's getting good vacuum pressure, it's got plenty of power. The only thing left to do now is take it for a ride. I'm gonna put that cover back on, tuck that wire around, put that cover back on, and then take it for a spin to make sure everything is working, make sure it's driving perfectly normal like it used to. Supposedly this helps give the car a little bit more power as well. People have tested 0 to 60 times and stuff with this. Obviously I'm in no interest of that, but if it gives this car a little more power, well, that would be a help, because it's got no power anyways. But I'm not even worried about that. I just want to cut my fuel in half. So we'll take it for a little test drive and make sure everything still works perfectly fine. I took it for a nice little ride, literally like 4 miles, just to make sure, you know, to check engine light don't come on, make sure the car don't spit and sputter, and just make sure the thing is generally running normal. And I've got on it a little bit here and there, and it's running perfectly fine. I feel absolutely no difference. You know, the car has no power anyway, so I couldn't tell you if it gave it any more power or not. But as I said, I don't really care about that. I'm just looking to cut my fuel in half. So stay tuned to the channel for the next video. The next video is going to be after the end of this week. This week will be a 650 mile test drive with this car, with the unit in there. So 650 miles, then I'm gonna make another video, come back with some results and let you know where it's at. Right now it is setting at a half a tank. I will tell you, a full tank, which is only 10 gallons, usually gets me 2.5 trips. So that is, let's see, yeah, 325 miles is what I get on a tank, this thing, give or take the 320, 325. So it gets me to work and back 2 days, and then it usually gets me at least to work on Wednesday, or at least there's enough gas in there that I could. I normally don't, because the only places to get gas between there and here and there is, I swear, is watered down and it's crap. So 325 miles, which means, you know, cut 325 miles in half. So literally I should be getting around, say, 160, 162 and a quarter, something like that, miles on this half a tank. So hopefully we do that. So if it gets me, you know, 160 miles or more, well, it needs to be more than 160 miles on a half a tank, then we're gonna know if this thing's working or not. So stay tuned to the channel, and I'll be back with an update on the unit.